Welcome back, guys, to another video, and today, right, we have the GOAT has arrived, Naoya Zenin, right? And so we're going to be talking about his arrival, what this post has to do, and what they're going to give us, actually, on JP. So, on January 30th, I believe, is when it ends, but you can claim 10 free tickets from, of course, Naoya. And the main news of all of this is there is a Naoya model inside of Jujutsu Kaisen Phantomparade. What that means is you'll be able to play him, basically, or at least you'll be able to see his 3D models. And what that means in the future is the next culling game unit that we're gonna get is probably gonna be an SSR Naoya. So I am really hyped for this because Naoya is like one of my favorite characters. Okay, wait. Pause. That sounds so bad. But we're going to be talking about his kit, what you could potentially see. And he might just be number 1 unit in the game. Maybe. So let's take a look at his kit real quick. Real quick announcement, guys, go join my Discord server, link in description, right, guys, or in the pinned comments, go check it out. And the first 100 people will get the OG role. That's only exclusive for the first 100 people. Really quick, go do that. Back to the video. So, have you heard of the saying, like son, like father, right? Or like father, like son. I might be mixing it around. But what I think Naoya Zenin's kit is gonna be, he's just gonna be Naobito but better, right? So as you can see, Naobito has projection sorcery right here, and it increases his own Jujutsu stat by 30%. What I think Naoya is gonna do, I truly believe Naoya is gonna be a yellow unit, and he's gonna increase others' Jujutsu and Taijutsu stat by 75%. Now, the reason why this is so good is because, first of all, we barely have any Taijutsu stat buffers, right? It's over, like in the yellow team, at least there's not a lot of options for Taijutsu stat buffers to buff Zone Yuji. And the fact that Naoya Zenin could actually just impact the meta, he could make there be 2 meta teams in the whole entire game. This would be probably one of, if not the first times there will be 2 meta teams. Let me just pull out the tier list really quickly. All right, we have the tier list pulled up. So if Naoya comes inside the tier list, pause. But if he arrives inside the tier list, right, he will be replacing heavy hitters. Like, for example, he's probably going to be a sub support plus DPS. He's replacing probably Kusakabe, right? Kusakabe is going down, and potentially Gojo, right? Because you're going to be running this team more often. And this is a thing about Naoya, though. Naoya could make it so you could run this yellow version as well as running this yellow version. Like, do you guys understand how much Naoya, I can't talk right now. Naoya impacts the meta, right? We can also throw in Junpei, because Junpei also provides decent Taijutsu debuffs plus buff. So I want him to be doing more damage. I want him to be doing more damage than tank, right? I don't want Naoya to have a lot of HP, but I want him to support way more. I want him to do more support rather than having like an absurd amount of HP like Kusakabe, right? So you could technically run teams like this. You could run team comps that look something like this. And I'm all down for that, guys. I really want there to be more diverse metas, because the meta is just straightforward. They're the only like competition or like quote unquote meta change that you could have to a team would probably be red or green, but they just replace 1 unit. That's the thing, right? Let's see here, like green as a replace, it's not even meta though. That's the thing. It's just a worst version of the team. You could replace Green G, worst version of green, right? You could replace T-Nanami with Bunny Megumi, worst version of red, right? Well, it would look something like this, but Yeah, you get it. But yeah, these are just replacements that aren't suited for an actual good team. But Naoya could make the meta change so drastically by a lot, because you would see people running Yuji. Yuji would finally be back on the top meta if, only if, Naoya provides for his projection sorcery, for his counter, if he increases team jujutsu, team taijutsu stat by 75% for maybe 2 or 3 turns, right? And then it doesn't stack, right? You could also add it doesn't stack. But the meta could shapeshift so much that new players could actually have a chance at like climbing tower highly, right? They could actually have a chance of climbing tower. So, or old players even, if they have, for example, Zonji, right? And they skipped out on Tinjo, then they could just get Naoya, right? And then this would be a good team. This team is way more free to play than this team, right? Because Kusakabe, you need to summon on a separate banner, right? And Degumi is Degumi. I bet you I spent so much cubes when Degumi released. But Kusakabe, separate banner, right? Tinjo, separate banner. Kusakabe is not even in standard yet. Shoko's not in standard. Wait, this is the meta team. This is like, these two are the biggest problems, right? Kusakabe, he's not even out on global yet. So if they add Naoya, you could run this on global. This would be a meta viable team on global, right? Also, guys, if Kusakabe does release, you could theoretically run non-mono teams. I know, guys, that sounds crazy to say, but it's the truth. You could technically or theoretically run Yuji big buffer, right? Naoya just counters, gets Yuji 150% taijutsu damage increase compared to Mai's 100%. Yuji is gonna be doing 50% more damage, although it's just to see the maximum damage. But Naoya could fit into so much categories. I want him to be the yellow unit, and I feel like he is going to be a yellow unit because it's not going to be green. Green already has a culling game unit. It's not going to be red. Red's team is so stacked, right? It's impossible to be red. It's not going to be blue because we already have a taijutsu buffer, right? And we have Naobito on blue, so it'd be lame if it was blue, right? And we also have an Any unit. We also have 2 Any units, right? In red. And it's not going to be green because we have an Any unit and culling game unit. So the only upgrade that they missed out on the anniversary was yellow. So then why not just add Naoya as the yellow unit? Do you guys see where I'm going at? Yellow Naoya would impact the game so much positively that it'd be like a tremendous impact. The meta would change, right? We'd have more diverse teams. We'd have more like team comp. We'd just have better in general meta for yellow team, and it wouldn't be so reliant on pay to win. Basically, it wouldn't just be, oh, for global players could actually compete with JP players on floor 90, for example, right? Because right now global players don't stand a chance, right? Kusakabe is a very fundamental unit for floor 90, right? He is very fundamental. He is used to tank a lot of Jogo's damage that he does, right? And then you nuke with Tinjo. But you could see a diverse meta, or not even Megumi, right? You could replace Shoko with Junpei, because Junpei also provides defensive buffs for the team. So you could run a team comp like this, and this is completely, it may not be the most free to play, but this is still decently free to play, right? The only limited unit we have is this guy, Zonji, right? Naoya, on the other hand, he might be a limited or a standard. I really hope he's a standard character, right? But I really hope they make a separate standard culling game banner, so you can summon on culling game banner and the normal standard gacha, but the culling game banner will always be there. That would be awesome, but of course they're not going to do that. And you could also run Fuga, right? Fuga could actually be in the meta, because Fuga is a tiny bit taijutsu. He is like barely any taijutsu though, he's mostly jujutsu, but you could theoretically run something like this, right? But Zonji of course would be the better option, because Naoya will be stat buffing and doing damage at the same time. So I think that's a really fundamental like feature that they could include in Naoya's kit. We could also see a resurgence of Sion's Toji, right? Sion's Toji is really good. It's just he was not meta viable, right? Because nobody supports a taijutsu, main taijutsu on yellow. It's always jujutsu plus taijutsu, but mostly we're gonna support jujutsu. That's how yellow goes, right? So you could run Sion's Toji if you don't have, for example, Zonji. This is a more easier, more free to play friendly. Not really, but at least Sion's, like a lot of people summoned for Sion's when Blue Yuta was out. So yeah, this you could run. Like there are so much options which you could run with Yellow Naoya. Hopefully he comes out, and hopefully it's actually a good unit, right? So you could run many options, guys. It's just the variety, like it doesn't change, it does not stop. The meta will keep on changing, right? We're gonna get so much diverse teams, right? And these are the 4 best teams in the whole entire game. Although I feel like if Naoya does come out, the full meta team comp would be replaceable, right? For floor 90, of course, Tinjo, because Tinjo just nukes. But for every other content in the game, this will be the main meta team. Count my words, guys. If Yellow Naoya comes out, this is going to be the meta team comp. Or maybe even replacing Degumi with Sion's. Okay, no, that's crazy. Never mind. No, I'm kind of delusional. This is more viable. This will be the meta team comp, right? And I'm happy with this meta. I am really happy. Although every unit on the roster right now is limited. She's limited. Limited. Oh my days. Okay, yeah. They have to do something with Blue. Blue has 4 limited characters as their main meta, right? And yeah, hopefully Naoya is a yellow unit. I would be ashamed if he was a blue unit, but it would help my team more, right? Because I need blue units, but we have upwards of like 10 limiteds in the meta right now. And Naoya would solve the problem if he's a standard character. All you have to do is make him a standard character, guys. But he's a culling games unit, so he's probably gonna be limited, which sucks. But you should summon for Naoya. He's Naoya. He's one of the best characters in my opinion. Maybe not his like personality, but still, he's a really good design character. Like that absolute cinema meme right there. Let's see if I can pull it up. Like the absolute cinema meme. Oh my days, absolute cinema, right guys? Naoya is coming to JJK Phantom Parade. And beware, because he will be in the meta. I'm calling this right now. He will be in the meta. Y'all are hating on Naoya, but he's coming back, guys. He is coming back. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. I hope you guys do subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next. Or I'll see you in the next one. Anyways, goodbye.